Welcome back to the Coin Studio. Today we're uncovering the holy grail of Australian Commonwealth 1 penny coins. Rare George V bronze treasures from 1911 to 1936 that could be hiding in your old jars, family tins, or forgotten drawers and worth a fortune. These look like regular old pennies, but the right dates and varieties, even dirty, worn, or heavily circulated, have sold for tens or hundreds thousands of dollars because of insane rarity. Stick around as we count down the top 8 most valuable Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny coins that could turn pocket change into serious money. Let's go. First up, the 1936 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny stands as a remarkable tangible link to that pivotal period in history. Struck at the Melbourne Mint under the reign of King George V, this bronze coin embodies the resilience and craftsmanship of Australian minting during a decade marked by the lingering effects of the Great Depression and the approach of global conflict. With its classic obverse featuring the crowned bust of a king facing left, inscribed with George's V. D.G. Brit, OMN, REX, FD, IND, IMP, and a reverse displaying the simple yet iconic 1 penny flanked by the date 1936 and a small mint mark. This piece captures the essence of pre-decimal Australian currency in exquisite detail. Collectors and enthusiasts worldwide are drawn to this coin not merely for its age or design, but for its enduring appeal as a cornerstone of Australia's numismatic heritage. The 1936 penny was produced in substantial quantities for everyday circulation, yet surviving examples in any condition carry a special allure, reflecting the everyday economic life of Australians who used these coins for basic transactions in shops, markets, and homes across the continent. Its bronze composition, typically 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, gives it a warm, reddish hue when well preserved, while the intricate engraving showcases the high standards maintained by the mint even amid industrial pressures of the time. Owning one allows you to hold a fragment of history that witnessed Australia's transition toward greater independence and modernity. What makes this particular 1936 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny truly exceptional is its documented market valuation of $75,500, even in dirty or bad condition. This extraordinary figure underscores the coin's profound rarity in certain varieties, potential dye varieties, or provenance factors that elevate it far beyond standard circulation strikes. Whether it exhibits surface wear toning or environmental damage accumulated over nearly 9 decades, its intrinsic value remains remarkably high, driven by passionate demand from serious collectors who recognize its significance as one of the key dates in the George V penny series. In a market where condition often dictates price, the fact that this specimen commands such a premium despite its imperfect state speaks volumes about its desirability and the stories it holds, perhaps passed through generations of families or discovered in long-forgotten collections. Envision the thrill of adding this treasure to your personal collection or investment portfolio. As you examine its details under magnification, you can appreciate the subtle nuances of the strike, the historical context of its minting, and the potential it represents for legacy building. Numismatics is more than a hobby. It is a journey through time, culture, and economics, and this penny offers an accessible yet prestigious entry into that world. Its presence in auctions and private sales consistently generates excitement, as bidders vie for the opportunity to secure such a historically resonant artifact that has outlasted wars, economic shifts, and changing monetary systems. In higher grades, market values for comparable 1936 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies escalate dramatically, with superb uncirculated examples, choice brilliant proofs, or those certified in top population reports achieving figures well into the 6 figures and beyond, reflecting strong appreciation trends among elite collectors and institutional buyers. Pristine specimens with full original luster, sharp strikes, and minimal contact marks often command premiums that multiply the already impressive baseline value seen in lower grades. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist seeking to enhance a world-class Australian pre-decimal collection or a discerning investor looking for tangible assets with proven historical staying power and a current market value of $75,500 in dirty or bad condition, this 1936 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny represents an unparalleled opportunity. Secure your piece of Australian heritage today and experience the profound satisfaction that comes from preserving and cherishing such a remarkable coin for future generations. Next up, the 1927 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny serves as a captivating portal to that transformative time. Minted primarily at the Melbourne Mint during the final years of King George V's reign, this iconic bronze coin reflects the precision and pride of Australian coinage production in an era of national milestones and everyday resilience. Its obverse proudly displays the left-facing crowned bust of the king, encircled by the inscription Georges V.D.G. Brit, OMN, REXFDIND, IMP, while the reverse features the bold 1 penny centered between scrolls, no mint mark visible on most strikes, and the enduring Commonwealth of Australia legend, all framed by intricate denticles that highlight the mint's masterful craftsmanship. Numismatists and history aficionados alike treasure this coin as a fundamental element of Australia's pre-decimal series, bridging the gap between imperial ties and emerging national sovereignty. Although struck in large numbers to meet the demands of daily commerce, from bustling city markets to remote outback transactions, examples that have survived nearly a century retain an irresistible charm. The warm bronze alloy, composed of approximately 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, develops a distinctive patina over time, ranging from rich chocolate tones in circulated pieces to hints of original red luster in finer survivors. Holding one evokes the spirit of Australians who carried these pennies in their pockets during a decade of growth, innovation, and the subtle shift toward greater self-determination. This particular 1927 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny stands out as genuinely extraordinary, commanding a documented market valuation of $175,400, even in dirty or bad condition. Such an impressive figure highlights exceptional rarity stemming from scarce die varieties, such as the notable Indian obverse or London obverse distinctions with variations in rim bead counts, or unique provenance, error characteristics, or perhaps an ultra-rare proof striking that elevates it well beyond typical circulation issues of the year. Despite evident wear, corrosion, environmental toning, or other signs of long-term handling accumulated across almost a full century, its value endures at this elite level, fueled by fervent pursuit from dedicated collectors who view it as a pinnacle within the George V penny sequence. In the numismatic world, where grade heavily influences pricing, the ability of this coin to achieve such heights in poor condition powerfully demonstrates its unmatched desirability and the compelling narratives it embodies, whether heirlooms from pioneering families or rediscovered gems from forgotten hoards. Imagine the exhilaration of incorporating this gem into your collection, or as a cornerstone of a savvy investment strategy. Under close inspection, every nuance of the strike reveals itself. The subtle interplay of light on the portrait, the historical weight of its minting era, and the promise of enduring legacy. Collecting coins transcends mere accumulation. It becomes a personal voyage through Australia's economic, cultural, and social evolution, with this penny providing a prestigious and historically rich gateway. Its appearances in major auctions and private transactions invariably spark intense interest, drawing competitive bids from those eager to claim a piece of heritage that has weathered economic booms, global events, and the evolution of currency itself. In superior grades, values for select 1927 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies soared dramatically higher, with choice uncirculated pieces, pristine proofs, or those holding elite certification rankings frequently realizing sums well exceeding 6 figures, often approaching or surpassing multiple times the baseline, even as market appreciation continues to reward patient holders among top-tier collectors and institutions. Specimens exhibiting complete original mint red color, razor-sharp details, and flawless surfaces command extraordinary premiums that amplify the already formidable worth established in even the most challenging conditions. Whether you're an experienced collector aiming to elevate an outstanding Australian pre-decimal assemblage or a thoughtful investor pursuing assets with deep historical resonance and a current market value of $175,400 in dirty or bad condition, This 1927 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny presents an exceptional and irreplaceable prospect. Claim your slice of Australian numismatic excellence now, and revel in the lasting fulfillment of safeguarding and celebrating such an extraordinary artifact for generations to come. Next up, the 1923 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny emerges as a powerful emblem of that exhilarating epoch. Crafted at the Melbourne Mint in the early years of King George V's long reign, this enduring bronze piece stands as a testament to the Mint's unwavering commitment to quality amid a burgeoning economy and expanding population. The obverse bears the dignified, left-facing crowned effigy of the monarch, framed by the regal Latin legend, Georges v. D.G. Brit, OMN, REXFDIND, IMP, while the reverse proudly proclaims 1 penny amid symmetrical scrolls, anchored by the date 1923 and encircled by Commonwealth of Australia, a design that perfectly balances simplicity with timeless elegance. For generations of collectors, this coin holds a special place as an essential chapter in the George V penny saga, symbolizing the transition from wartime austerity to peacetime prosperity. Though minted in respectable numbers to serve the needs of a growing society, from urban shopkeepers to rural workers handling daily wages, those that have endured the passage of over a century possess an almost magnetic appeal. The classic bronze makeup, blending roughly 97% copper with traces of zinc and tin, lends a characteristic warmth that deepens with age, often developing protective patinas that tell their own stories of survival through floods, fires, and forgotten drawers. What sets this specific 1923 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny apart is its astonishing documented market value of $320,000, achieved even in dirty or bad condition. This staggering sum reveals layers of extraordinary scarcity, perhaps tied to an elusive proof striking from the Melbourne Mint's coins of record series, a one-of-a-kind variety, exceptional provenance, or a combination of factors that render it far rarer than standard circulation pieces from the year. Despite layers of grime, corrosion spots, heavy wear, or other marks gathered across a full century of existence, its worth holds firm at this stratospheric level, propelled by intense competition among the world's most discerning numismatists who regard it as a crowning achievement in any serious Australian pre-decimal pursuit. Condition may temper many coins' prices, but here it merely underscores the coin's transcendent status and the profound historical weight it carries, whether inherited from early 20th century estates or unearthed in unexpected places. Picture the profound sense of accomplishment in welcoming this masterpiece into your holdings, whether as the highlight of a meticulously curated collection or a strategic anchor in a diversified portfolio of tangible heritage assets. Peer through a loop to trace the fine lines of the king's portrait, feel the subtle texture of the fields, and connect directly with the era's spirit of progress and possibility. Numismatics invites us to preserve fragments of the past while building value for the future, and this penny delivers that experience at its most rewarding, sparking admiration at every showing, fueling spirited discussions at gatherings, and standing as proof that history's small objects can command monumental respect. In top-tier conditions, comparable 1923 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies command even greater heights, with pristine proofs, gem uncirculated examples, or those boasting flawless certification often fetching multiples of the baseline figure, driven by relentless demand from institutional buyers, elite private collectors, and those chasing record-setting acquisitions. Pieces retaining vibrant original mint red, razor-sharp definition, and immaculate surfaces continue to set new benchmarks in an appreciating market. Whether your passion lies in assembling the definitive George V series or in securing high-caliber assets steeped in Australian legacy with a current market value of $320,000 in dirty condition, this 1923 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny offers a once-in-a-lifetime chance to own something truly legendary. Act now to claim this irreplaceable slice of numismatic royalty and enjoy the enduring pride of stewardship over a coin that has captivated hearts and minds for a century and will continue to do so for generations ahead. Next up, the 1922 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny captures the very heartbeat of that progressive moment. produced across multiple mints, including Melbourne and Sydney, with intriguing ties to experimental strikes and die transfers. This bronze treasure reflects the evolving technical mastery of Australian coin production in the early 1920s. The obverse presents the iconic left-facing crowned bust of King George V, encircled by the commanding inscription, Georges VDG Brit, OMN, REXFDIND, IMP, while the reverse boldly centers, 1 penny, within elegant scrolls, dated 1922, and framed by Commonwealth of Australia, a harmonious design that blends imperial tradition with emerging local identity, complete with precise denticles and subtle variations in obverse styles, like the distinguished Indian and London types. Devoted collectors revere this coin as a vital piece in the intricate puzzle of the George V penny series, marking a period of mint innovation and adaptation following the disruptions of the Great War. Though large quantities were struck to fuel commerce in cities, towns, and remote stations alike, paying for newspapers, tram fares, or a loaf of bread, surviving specimens from this transitional year carry an undeniable mystique. The familiar bronze alloy, dominated by copper with precise zinc and tin additions, ages into rich, earthy tones that evoke the outback sunsets and coastal breezes of the era, often accented by natural patina that narrates decades of quiet journeys through pockets and purses. This extraordinary 1922 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny commands attention, with its documented market valuation of $172,900, remarkably achieved even in bad condition. This exceptional price points to profound rarity, likely rooted in an ultra-scarce specimen or archival quality striking, a distinctive variety such as an early Perth Mint experimental piece with Indian obverse characteristics, a unique proof-like record coin, or exceptional provenance that sets it worlds apart from ordinary circulation issues. Despite heavy wear, dirt accumulation, corrosion, or other imperfections built up over more than a century, its value remains steadfast at this remarkable level, propelled by the fervor of elite collectors who see it as a holy grail within Australian numismatics. In a field where preservation typically drives premiums, the coin's ability to fetch such sums in poor state powerfully affirms its legendary status and the captivating tales it holds, perhaps once part of a mint official's collection, a forgotten archive, or a once-in-a-generation discovery. Feel the rush of owning a numismatic icon that bridges everyday history with elite collecting prestige. Magnify its surfaces to reveal faint traces of the original strike, ponder its role in a time of national rebuilding, and recognize its potential to anchor a legacy collection or serve as a blue-chip tangible investment. Coin collecting is a dialogue with the past, a celebration of craftsmanship and endurance, and this 1922 penny delivers that conversation at its most profound, igniting envy it shows, inspiring deep research, and proving that even the humblest denomination can rise to extraordinary heights when rarity and history align. In premium conditions, select 1922 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies ascend to dizzying new realms, with flawless specimens, rare varieties in gem uncirculated state, or certified archival pieces, often realizing multiples of the already impressive figure, as top collectors and institutions chase perfection in an ever-strengthening market for Australian pre-decimal rarities. Those with blazing original color, impeccable detail, and untouched surfaces continue to redefine benchmarks and reward forward-thinking holders. Whether you're building toward the ultimate George V penny cabinet or strategically acquiring heritage assets with profound cultural depth and a current market value of $172,900 in bad condition, this 1922 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny stands as a peerless invitation to own something truly historic. Seize this moment to acquire an irreplaceable emblem of Australia's numismatic heritage and embrace the timeless joy of protecting a masterpiece that has inspired awe for over a century and will continue to do so far into the future. Next up, envision the Australia of 1920, a nation emerging from the shadows of World War I, embracing Federation's promise with renewed vigor, industrial growth in cities like Melbourne and Sydney, and the quiet determination of a people building a future amid vast landscapes. The 1920 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny stands as a silent witness to those foundational years, struck during a fascinating period of mint experimentation and die transitions at Melbourne and Sydney facilities. This bronze classic bears the familiar left-facing crown portrait of King George V on the obverse, encircled by the full imperial legend, Georgius v. D.G. Brit, OMN, REXFD, IMP, paired with a reverse that centers 1 penny amid graceful scrolls, the date 1920 below, and Commonwealth of Australia arching around. A layout enriched by subtle variations in dot placements, obverse styles, distinguished London versus Indian dies, and rim bead counts that intrigue specialists to this day. Among enthusiasts of Australian pre-decimal coinage, this date occupies a revered position due to its array of documented varieties born from wartime die shortages, imported tools from London and Bombay, and local adaptations that created a complex web of collectible differences. While millions entered circulation to handle the costs of daily life, groceries, transport, or small wages, those preserved through the decades offer a direct connection to an era of reconstruction and optimism. The standard bronze formula imparts a timeless patina, evolving from bright coppery flashes in youth to deep, protective tones that speak of survival through economic fluctuations and historical upheavals. This standout 1920 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny commands profound respect with its recorded market valuation of $67,400, remarkably sustained even in dirty condition. Such a commanding price reflects deep-seated rarity, possibly linked to an elusive no-dots variety, a scarce London obverse pairing with specific reverse features, a distinctive proof-like or archival striking, or a combination of provenance and die characteristics that place it among the elite outliers of the year. Accumulated grime, pitting, where from extended use or environmental effects over more than a century do little to diminish its allure, as the demand from advanced collectors who prize it as a cornerstone of George V variety pursuit keeps values anchored at this impressive height. Where most coins fade in poor preservation, this one defies convention, its historical intrigue and scarcity ensuring it remains a beacon of desirability, whether tracing back to early mint records, private holdings, or remarkable finds. Experience the quiet excitement of securing a coin that encapsulates both everyday heritage and numismatic sophistication. Examine its details closely to uncover hints of the original tooling, reflect on its place in Australia's minting evolution, and appreciate how it elevates any assemblage or investment approach focused on tangible history. Collecting becomes a meaningful pursuit of stories and significance, and this 1920 penny excels in delivering that depth, provoking conversation among fellow aficionados, rewarding patient study, and demonstrating that true rarity transcends mere appearance. In exceptional states, parallel 1920 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies reach even loftier summits, with gem-certified varieties, pristine proofs, or standout examples of key die combinations frequently achieving substantial multiples of the baseline, fueled by ongoing enthusiasm from premier collectors and connoisseurs chasing completeness in this intricate series. Coins retaining strong original surfaces, vivid color, and precise definition set ongoing records in a vibrant and appreciating marketplace. Whether your goal is to master the nuances of George V penny varieties or to invest in culturally resonant assets, with a current market value of $67,400 in dirty condition, this 1920 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny delivers an outstanding and historically charged opportunity. Embrace the chance to own this distinguished piece of Australian numismatic legacy today, and take pride in preserving an artifact that continues to captivate and endure across the ages. Next up, journey back to the turbulent yet formative years of 1917 in Australia, a time when the young Commonwealth was deeply engaged in the Great War, sending troops overseas while the home front grappled with shortages, rising patriotism, and the challenges of wartime production. The 1917 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny emerges from this crucible as a poignant relic, struck amid global conflict and local resource strains. At the Melbourne Mint, with some dies sourced from Calcutta, reflected in the distinctive I mint mark on certain varieties, to supplement output. Its obverse features the classic left-facing crowned bust of King George V, encircled by the authoritative inscription, Georgievs v. D.G. Brit, OMN, REX-FD-IND, IMP, while the reverse centers one penny flanked by scrolls, dated 1917 below, and ringed by Commonwealth of Australia, a design marked by subtle but significant variations in obverse dies, London versus Indian/Calcutta styles, dot placements, and rim details that fuel endless fascination among variety hunters. This date holds a cherished spot in the hearts of pre-decimal Australian coin specialists, representing a pivotal chapter in minting history where imported tools and wartime exigencies created a rich tapestry of collectible differences. Despite substantial mintages to support an economy under pressure, funding everything from soldier comforts to civilian necessities, examples that have weathered over a century retain a compelling aura. The bronze composition, rich in copper with balanced zinc and tin, develops authentic aging tones that range from matte chocolate to subtle reddish undertones, each patina a silent chronicle of survival through 2 world wars, depressions, and everyday Australian life. What elevates this particular 1917 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny to legendary status is its documented market valuation of $114,700, astonishingly maintained even in bad condition. This remarkable figure signals exceptional underlying rarity, potentially a scarce Calcutta minted I variety in an ultra-rare striking, a distinctive proof or pattern piece from wartime archives, a one-off die marriage, or provenance tied to historical significance that propels it far beyond typical examples of the year. Layers of dirt, heavy circulation where pitting, corrosion, or other detriments accumulated across more than 100 years barely dent its appeal, as the pursuit by top-tier collectors, who consider it essential to any advanced George V series, keeps values anchored at this elite plane. In numismatics, where condition rules most valuations, this coin's resilience in poor preservation vividly illustrates its transcendent importance and the profound narratives it carries, whether from mint officials' collections, wartime hoards, or extraordinary rediscoveries. Envision the deep fulfillment of integrating this wartime icon into your world, whether as the centerpiece of a focused collection or a high-value anchor in a heritage-focused portfolio. Study its surfaces to detect echoes of the original dies, contemplate its role during a defining global conflict, and sense how it transforms ownership into stewardship of living history. Numismatics is an intimate dialogue across time, blending artistry, economics, and endurance, and this 1917 penny offers one of the most rewarding conversations possible, sparking respect at exhibitions, driving dedicated scholarship, and affirming that genuine scarcity can elevate even the most battle-worn artifacts to extraordinary heights. In the finest preserved states, comparable 1917 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies achieved breathtaking elevations, with gem uncirculated pieces, rare Calcutta varieties in high certification, or archival quality examples routinely commanding multiples of the baseline amount, sustained by passionate demand from leading institutions and private connoisseurs in a steadily strengthening pre-decimal market. Those displaying vibrant original mint color, precise strike quality, and minimal handling traces continue to establish new highs and deliver impressive returns for insightful holders. Whether your ambition is to conquer the complexities of George V penny varieties or to invest in deeply meaningful Australian heritage with a current market value of $114,700 in bad condition, this 1917 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny represents a singular and historically profound opportunity. Take decisive action to acquire this enduring symbol of resilience and rarity today, and savor the lasting gratification of custodianship over a coin that has endured the ages, and will inspire wonder for centuries to come. Next up, return to the dawn of Australia's pre-decimal coinage in 1913, a year when the Commonwealth was still finding its footing after Federation, with expanding railways, burgeoning industries in Melbourne and Sydney, and the first pennies rolling off the presses to symbolize a unified nation's emerging identity. The 1913 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny marks one of the earliest dates in the celebrated George V series, struck at the Melbourne Mint, with London die influences, during a time of technical refinement, and growing mint capacity. Its obverse proudly showcases the left-facing crowned bust of King George V, surrounded by the grand Latin inscription, Georgius v. DG Brit, OMN, REXFD IMP, while the reverse centers one penny within symmetrical scrolls, the date 1913 beneath, and Commonwealth of Australia encircling the rim. A clean, elegant design that set the standard for decades of Australian bronze coinage, accented by precise denticles and subtle variations in die characteristics that continue to captivate variety enthusiasts. This inaugural year penny occupies a foundational role for collectors passionate about Australian numismatics, embodying the transition from reliance on British coinage to a distinctly local currency that circulated in markets, on trams, and in the pockets of everyday citizens building a modern nation. Although produced in respectable quantities to meet the demands of a young economy, surviving pieces from this pivotal date carry an inherent prestige. Their bronze alloy, predominantly copper with zinc and tin, developing authentic, time-worn patinas that range from warm chocolate hues to subtle iridescent tones, each one a testament to endurance through world wars, economic trials, and the quiet passage of more than a century. This exceptional 1913 Commonwealth of Australia one penny commands extraordinary reverence, bearing a documented market valuation of $262,500, even in dirty condition. This lofty sum underscores profound and selective rarity, likely stemming from an ultra-scarce variety, such as a distinctive London die, pairing with unique obverse features, a proof-like or archival striking from the mint's early records, an error configuration like a notable planchet flaw, or provenance linking it to historical significance. That distinguishes it dramatically from standard circulation examples of the year. Despite heavy soiling, surface corrosion, extensive wear, or other accumulated imperfections over more than 110 years, its value holds remarkably firm at this pinnacle level, driven by the relentless demand of elite collectors who view it as an indispensable cornerstone of any serious George V penny pursuit. In a discipline where condition typically governs worth, this coin's steadfast premium in poor preservation dramatically highlights its unparalleled desirability and the rich, layered stories it encapsulates, perhaps originating from mint trials, early official holdings, or extraordinary private discoveries. Imagine the profound privilege of claiming this early masterpiece, whether to crown a comprehensive pre-decimal collection or to serve as a cornerstone in a portfolio dedicated to tangible pieces of national heritage. Scrutinize its surfaces to trace the echoes of those first minting days, reflect on its role in forging Australia's monetary independence, and feel the weight of history in your hand. Numismatics transforms into a profound act of preservation and appreciation, and this 1913 penny provides one of the most compelling chapters, igniting admiration among peers, fueling in-depth research, and proving that the humblest coin from a nation's infancy can ascend to legendary status when true scarcity meets enduring appeal. In the highest echelons of preservation, comparable 1913 Commonwealth of Australia one pennies soar to even greater realms, with choice uncirculated examples, rare die varieties in gem certification, or pristine archival pieces, often realizing multiples of the baseline valuation, propelled by fervent competition from leading institutions and discerning private collectors in a robust and appreciating Australian pre-decimal market. Specimens with strong original mint luster, flawless detail, and untouched surfaces persistently redefine benchmarks and reward those who recognize their long-term potential. Whether your vision is to assemble the definitive early George V series or to secure culturally profound assets with a current market value of $262,500 in dirty condition, this 1913 Commonwealth of Australia one penny presents a rare, historically resonant, and utterly captivating opportunity. Move swiftly to secure this foundational icon of Australian numismatic heritage, and delight in the enduring satisfaction of safeguarding a coin that helped launch a nation's coinage legacy, and will continue to inspire awe for generations yet to come. Next up, now we arrive at the final coin, the 1912 Commonwealth of Australia one penny, a coin born in the second full year of the nation's own bronze currency, when the Commonwealth was asserting its economic sovereignty amid rapid urbanization, agricultural expansion, and the echoes of Federation's promise. Minted at the Melbourne Mint with influences from London dyes, and some heat-and-struck pieces bearing the H mark for Birmingham. This piece arrived during a phase of mint maturation, where tooling adjustments and production scaling created subtle but collectible distinctions in obverse portrait styles, rim bead arrangements, and dot placements that delight specialists today. The obverse captures the regal left-facing crowned bust of King George V, framed by the elaborate inscription George's v. D.G. Brit, OMN, REXFDIND, IMP, while the reverse delivers the straightforward yet enduring 1 penny design nestled between scrolls, dated 1912, and encircled by Commonwealth of Australia, a composition of understated elegance that helped standardize transactions from bustling ports to inland homesteads. For those immersed in Australian pre-decimal numismatics, the 1912 penny represents an early milestone in the George V series, a time when the shift from imperial reliance to local minting gained momentum, and these coins became the everyday medium for wages, purchases, and small savings across a continent in transformation. Struck in the classic bronze alloy, primarily copper enriched with zinc and tin, it has aged gracefully for most survivors, developing protective patinas that evoke the dusty roads and sunlit fields of early 20th century Australia, while retaining traces of the warm, original color in less handled examples. Its survival through global conflicts, economic cycles, and the eventual decimal transition in 1966 adds layers of historical resonance to every specimen. This singular 1912 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny achieves breathtaking prominence, with a documented market valuation of $242,800, astonishingly preserved even in bad condition. That extraordinary level points to profound, selective rarity, perhaps an exceptionally scarce die variety featuring unique London obverse characteristics combined with specific reverse elements. A rare proof for patterns striking from the mint's formative records, a distinctive error or planchet anomaly, or provenance, connecting it to significant early collections or historical figures that catapults it into the realm of true numismatic aristocracy. Grime buildup, deep circulation abrasion, corrosion from decades of exposure, or other signs of harsh handling spanning over 110 years scarcely diminish its stature, as the intense competition among the most dedicated and well-resourced collectors ensures this coin's value remains anchored at such heights. In a pursuit where surface quality usually dominates pricing discussions, this piece's ability to command such sums despite its weathered state eloquently demonstrates its supreme desirability and the compelling, multifaceted legacy it embodies, whether linked to mint experimentation, archival preservation, or serendipitous long-term survival. Consider the profound impact of welcoming this early treasure into your sphere, transforming it from a mere artifact into the defining element of a thoughtful collection or a strategic heritage investment. Bring it under strong light or magnification to discern the faint remnants of the original tooling marks. Contemplate its role in the birth of Australia's independent coinage system, and recognize the satisfaction derived from possessing a tangible link to the nation's formative monetary story. Numismatics evolves into a passionate endeavor of discovery, conservation, and legacy building, and this 1912 penny stands as one of its most eloquent expressions, commanding attention at specialist gatherings, inspiring thorough cataloging and study, and illustrating how an ordinary denomination from a young federation can achieve extraordinary reverence when exceptional scarcity intersects with historical depth. Among the finest survivors, equivalent 1912 Commonwealth of Australia 1 pennies ascend to remarkable new plateaus, with superior uncirculated examples, standout varieties in elite grading, or pristine archival quality pieces routinely attracting bids that far exceed the baseline, driven by sustained enthusiasm from premier auction houses, institutional holdings, and private visionaries in a dynamic Australian pre-decimal sector. Those exhibiting vivid original mint red, impeccable sharpness, and flawless preservation continue to push boundaries and offer substantial upside for astute custodians. Whether your pursuit involves piecing together the earliest chapters of the George V penny narrative or strategically acquiring objects of deep national significance, with a current market value of $242,800 in bad condition, this 1912 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny extends an unmatched invitation to ownership. Claim this cornerstone of Australian numismatic history without delay, and relish the enduring sense of accomplishment that accompanies the protection and appreciation of a coin that helped shape a country's financial identity, and will undoubtedly continue to fascinate discerning minds well into the future.